Howdy folks, welcome back. So today's topic is another Spreaks video. We haven't done one this in a while, and I've been meaning to do one. So today we talk about some of those premiums that we saw the past couple days. My thoughts on that. The Steam release, Warships being officially on the Steam market. Also talking about just the game in general and anything else that's on my mind, because we haven't done a video like this in a while, and I probably should start talking about some of this stuff, including even the Twitch stream thing, which it's kind of got me a little bit on the downer side, but we'll get to it. Alright, well, first let's talk about the good stuff. Wargaming's been showing off a lot of the good stuff, including the there's another video we're going to talk about the American carriers. I'm going to discuss that also in the contents very soon, because we need to go and discuss that, and we'll do a separate video on all the changes, what they are, and everything else. And I'm also going to be contacting a friend of mine who is pretty much an overall expert on the carrier lines, because this person in general, or I should say she is one of the best carrier players I know, and we're good. I'd say we're good friends, at least. I could say that, at least friendly-wise, and she's always been fair enough with her expertise, and I can always trust her with something she wants to say out of her mouth, at least, and definitely, if not alone in warship size, but especially on the carrier side. So we can always trust her on something like that. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about today, as I get this done. Alright, the second thing I want to talk about, with the other premiums. We saw French battleships, I already discussed them, we already saw all those kind of stuff. A lot of this stuff actually looks pretty fun. The only thing I have a gripe about right now is what we're going to discuss now. What the heck is going on with these games these past couple days? We've been getting a lot of which, I'm going to have, there's two sides of the coin on this. We're getting a lot of either really, really angry players in the meta, or we're getting a lot of just almost seeming to be like a bot, or seeming to be just pathetic on the saddest attempts of players. It's getting pretty pathetic anymore. So we talked about Raz. Well, Art showed a video, one of the videos up on something like that, an aspect like that. But what I'm talking about also is this talk of like, you don't know what you're doing, uninstall, and then insulting these people nonstop. I understand some people's frustration, especially in the upper tiers. When you have a player who gets up into the higher tiers and basically does as much as be a cheerleader for the football team. Nothing much. You're just there just to smile. And I'm going for a person who actually went to high school and stuff. The people who actually go to high school. We really didn't really go care for the cheerleaders in certain aspects. I mean, some people do, but I never get real too hoots for the cheerleaders. It was never my thing. Oh, yay, cheerleaders. Hey, football game's going. I'm watching. Anyway. I understand that frustration. But if you're at least tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, people are still going to make mistakes. And I'm going to say this also too. You also got to give it sometimes the upper tiers too some chance. People are bound to make mistakes. There is no way in a short straw that a player is going to be perfectionally expert in their ship. Unless you can tell that the ship player's been around a long time playing the ship, that person knows something. But if the person really just got the ship, it looks like it's got a stock goal because you know the ship a little too well, just as much as I do with certain aspects, then you know that maybe, okay, this guy just got the ship, he's still working on getting the upgrades on it, he probably doesn't have all the modules yet, his commander's not fully set up yet. All these factors, you have to give that benefit of the doubt. Now, if the person did some things that are really stupid, you could just go and say, what the heck were you thinking? were you, like, at least trying to kill yourself or something? You can at least point yourself and saying that. I mean, if the person was clearly on an agenda to go and throw the game, then maybe a little bit of anger can be thrown. But it seems like the game has gone these past couple, I'd say let alone this past couple of months, into the worst salt mines that I've ever seen in this game alone. It's actually pretty bad. I've never seen it so salty since some of the friends I used to hang with, you know, some of the guys I hanged out with other clans and other divisions and stuff like that and other Discord channels. They got so angry it looked like they went from 0 to 60 in 20 seconds, in like under 20 seconds flat. So it's pretty cross what I see from people like that. But then again, this is coming from a person who's played this game long enough, and I clearly have played this game way too long. With all the videos and content I've been doing lately, it's one of those things that clearly I've been playing this game way too stupid long. Alright, well, I kinda agree with you, Raz, but what are you gonna do? Well, first off, you can't be always darn angry about this kind of stuff. I mean, I understand people can get frustrated about this game. I can be frustrated so hard and my eyes look like they're about to go and close shut and scream at a wall and punch a freaking monitor, a monitor through my wall in front of me. But am I going to do that? No. Because one, it's an expensive monitor. I'm not paying $260 for a new monitor in front of me. No. I'm saving my money, thank you. Second of all is, people keep forgetting it's just a game, you know. You gonna lose your heart from it? No. Is it gonna embarrass you? Possibly. But was it your fault for embarrassment? Did you at least do what you had to do to the best of your ability? Yes? Then what's wrong? Exactly. Some people these days, but I digress. Like I said, it seems like that kind of content has been going a lot lately, and I feel that in my opinion, that it seems like it's getting a little pretty hectic lately. I've seen it growing more and more by the minute. But that's just me just stating what I'm seeing. Now let's shift gears a little more too about, I don't know. Let's talk about let's go talk about Twitch. Let's talk about the streams. I've been doing that as much as I can. As soon as I get home from work, I'm trying to play. Just it feels sometimes, you know, with my Twitch streams, it seems a little struggleish, which I think everybody can easily understand. It seems to be as if my content seems to be a little dry, and I think I can easily agree with that. My content feels a little dry, so maybe what we need to do is disperse a little bit and change it up. But then again, every time I say let's change it up and see what happens and sticks to the wall, what happens? It looks like it went worse. So I sit there and I go, well, then I should go back to what I know best. And then I go back to what I know best, and maybe one of the days out of the blue we're gonna have something good. But I think the main reason is my time. Most people who come to my stream are coming from the eastern side or the west side, in those two specs, and the time zones I come in and come out are really not ideal. And I think I can easily see that problem. Maybe the west side, it seems a little more ideal, my time zone, but the east side, it's pretty damn bad. By the time I start streaming, which most cases is 9 at night, just coming home from my normal job, because Twitch and YouTube aren't not gonna go and give me the bread and butter. I still have to work a job in my life just to keep myself and pay my bills, you know. Nothing I get from here is free. I work my job, I come home, and I do my videos and everything else. The 2 days I'm off from my job, like the day one, I do as much of the videos as I can and then put them up on the schedule for you guys to see them. And I also go hang and talk with everybody and see what our schedules are going to be, so I can see if I can get the much time as I can on finishing up the videos on one day and the rest of the time devoted to live streaming, so everybody has more opportunities to see me and discuss more what they want to away from the YouTube line. A little more personal time, I think. And I think that people would love that more. But unfortunately, it seems that how hard I try, it seems like I'm swinging for the fences, and it's strike one, strike two. I'm not even getting a. Maybe once in a while I'm getting a foul ball and still keeping myself on that line, but other than that, nothing big. It's one of those things that I feel like it's a struggle bus, but I'm still not going to give up. I still love to do it because this is something I enjoy. I love talking about history. I love talking about games. This is something I loved my whole life, and this game, including Warships alone, is something that when I found it has been one of my founding graces. I enjoy talking about the history of the ships. I love talking to my friends about the stories I've heard. I love hearing the contents coming out of people's mouths. I enjoy hanging out with the community as much as I can, even though I have a very, very small hand in the community compared to bigger people out there that we all know and love. But that community has always been pretty close together and always been friendly as it can be. The amount of people I know, we're always generally a happy-go-lucky family, and I love that. It's something that I enjoy. It's not like you can get that in a AAA title like a Call of Duty game or something where the community is that much togetherness and talking about the general content that's coming out with the game or something like that. But that's always been my 2 cents. Now let's talk about other stuff I have in mind. So holidays are coming up, so there is a couple things we can talk about that, you know, always happens every year. Most people don't know, unless you've been long enough on my YouTube channel. Every year I do a best of the year for games, and I also do a little bit of Christmas list shopping for people so that if they're trying to get some gifts, at least on the electronics side, I can at least try to mediate and help you. Always trying to find things from stocking stuffers to really good ticket items you can buy off the shelves, just for that special somebody. So I'm going to be working on those videos soon, especially the Christmas shopping one, because that's going to be coming up, and you're going to all need to find Christmas gifts very soon, and that's just something that needs to get done. On top of that, we do have to do the best of the year, and I'm going to be starting next week, if I got some time, start going through every single video game that was released in 2017, and then I'm going to throw it up a list. Most of them are going to be the AAA line, but there is going to be a couple indies on the side, and put up what kind of games I thought were the best, and then I'm also going to put a straw poll of different things and see what people think. I want to not just put my opinion in it, I want to have the whole community on it. There's a reason why they're the best of the games of the year. They're not simply because they were. It was because the people have spoken. Games were designed for people, by the people, and should be given to the people. That's just my saying on that. And if you're going to talk about this stuff, you know, that should be pointed out. You know, my God, not every single game out there is the best on the planet. There was some terrible games this year. I can wholeheartedly agree about that. And some of them have, like currently right now, have a really, really bad stink on them. That basically makes it almost smelling like a harsh turd. It's pretty bad. But like I said, this is still early in the year. It's mid-November, which means time's running out for me, so I gotta get it going. But this is just, you know, me being me. We have to get it done. Now, what stuff we can talk about? Well, let's see. Oh yeah, I can talk about this. So we officially started playing some other games too, based on the Twitch stuff too. We started playing World of Warplanes, which, Raz, don't you dare start talking about that game. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it. Since the changes to 2.0, the game is actually somewhat playable.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Nice kill there, by the way. And it's actually a game that some people can actually say, yeah, I'll play it. And the reason because of it is all the changes that they did to it. It's not as bad as it was. The game has changed. If it wasn't for what it was before, the game wouldn't be where it is now. And I wholeheartedly agree that the game is a lot better than it was before. Because of that, I think I said from now on, I'll play that game. I'll play the content on it. I will discuss it when people want me to discuss on it. It's just something that should be discussed. It's open-hearted for that. But that's just the way I feel about it. World of Tanks, I finally got a little better in that. Finally got myself a KV-1. Now just saving money to get the KV-2. And then I'll start working on the other tanks in the game. I'm not great at the game, but it's a game that I actually enjoy. What about War Thunder, Res? You know, the other one. We're taking a break from War Thunder right now. I kind of getting a little angry at that game, so I don't want to go in there so frustrated that I can't see my eyes straight through. You know, my eyes can't see straight. It's not the way I like to play a game. If I'm going to play a game, I'm going to play a game that I actually have fun in. I'm not going to go and sit there and get so angry that, you know, I can't have my eyes see straight.
We destroyed an enemy battleship. Spotter destroyed.
That's just the way I am. But that doesn't mean I'm going to permanently go away from it. If I wanted to, I can head back anytime. So maybe after I take a break, I'll come back to the game. But for now, I'm just going to take a break from it. Well, anyway, I think I'm pretty much ended up on this. I had said pretty much what I wanted to say, my 2 cents wise. So, thanks again everybody for talking on Raz Speaks. Hope to see you guys in the next one. I discuss some other stuff. I'm sure there's more content out of my mind I can think of, but for now, I think that's pretty much a solid thing for me. Anyway, thanks everybody for talking in this video. 6 kills from U-Scooter and that Bodioni. Really interesting video there. A little team killing, but that's just a match, man. So, thanks again everybody for coming in here and discussing. That let me speak my mind. If you guys have any other thoughts you want to talk about, go ahead right down below. As always, if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, go hit that button down below. Hit the subscribe button. I'm always trying to put at least 2-3 videos a week if I can. Like I said, right now the content's starting to kind of get a little stale. I gotta find something else, and the problem is I've been doing so much Twitch that the problem is putting YouTube between the Twitch. It's been a juggle store. But if you also want to follow me on Twitch, where I actually do a lot more stuff, even more than probably YouTube will ever do, hit the follow button on the Twitch line. You can find me on there, and I'll be I stream at least 4 times a day, and there's at least a couple hours of me playing. So, and you can even talk on there and hang out with me and play games and stuff like that. So, thanks again to everybody for coming in. Hope to see you in the next video. As always, take care of yourselves, and hope to see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.